can only vote at the radio station, or is there another place to vote? I mean,
just the radio station. You would go to 107.7 The Bone, and then you go to the Kiss and Motley Crue Bone Bash, and then they'll say vote for your bands, and then you register and you pick our single "I Want It All," the video, and it's a good opportunity for us. We're really excited.
And just so our listeners out there, if you like what you heard, because that was the first track that we actually played, "I Want It All," just go onto our Facebook page, and there'll be links to Electric Sister. Go ahead and click on their link, and from there you'll be able to peruse their Facebook page and connect with the voting. So if you want to, you could go on their website and click on their link and go ahead and vote for the band. We encourage it. We love to see these guys open up for Motley Crue and Kiss. And speaking of Kiss, I have to ask you this, because one of the things I noticed listening to the album, you at times sound very similar to Paul Stanley. Has anybody told you that before?
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard that once or twice. I've heard that, and I like 80s Kiss. I'm not too familiar with the catalog in the 70s, but I like 80s Kiss.
So you like Lick It Up and stuff?
Yeah, I like Lick It Up. I like Heaven's on Fire, and Tears Are Falling. I like that stuff, but I've heard that before, and I just don't. That's just how I sound, But I've heard that before. So.
That's just the way it is, right?
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Dude.
He's not channeling.
No, he's not channeling. I didn't think he was channeling Paul Stanley, because when I was listening to Electric Sister, I wasn't like going to Matt. He sounds like Paul Stanley. It just sounded like a good hard rock band, something that we haven't heard in a while.
Right. Well, I do wear a star on my eye all the time.
Oh, all right. There you go.
It's like a patch.
All right. So actually, I do have a. So we're picking a couple more songs that we're going to close out the interview with. We're going to, of course, play the Lost Art of Rock and Roll, and another song we're going to play is Monster Girl. But first off, on the Lost Art of Rock and Roll, wasn't that somewhat inspired by your many trips down here to the strip down here, or what exactly was that song inspired by?
It's kind of inspired by just the mystique of rock and roll, and kind of the darkness and the danger is just kind of gone. And those are the things that I liked growing up in rock and roll was, the Jimmy Page, black magic, all that stuff, and all that is just kind of gone. And so we just want to, not that we're going to bring it back, but we just want to shine a light on that. That was a great thing, and it's a bummer that it's gone. So we might be trying to do it, that's kind of up to the listener. But that whole idea of kind of just like the internet kind of killed everything. There's so much information out there, so it's hard to be that dark and mysterious these days. So we just that's what it's really about. That 80s vibe. That's
just don't post anything.
Yeah.
You can be just as dark and mysterious.
Yeah. That's our show producer, Jason, there.
Don't play your electric bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be real dark.
And another thing, too, Monster Girl, because that actually is one of my favorite tracks on the album. I love the guitar on that particular album and the sound. How did you guys, I guess in a way, how did you guys get that sound or that particular sound for that particular song? So it's kind of got a unique kind of guitar sound to it. That's I guess in a way sounds somewhat familiar, but in other ways it doesn't. And there's just something about that guitar riff and the rhythm section on that particular song. So is there anything you could tell us about that particular track?
Well, I do know that there was quite a few heads. There was like a Marshall and a Hi-Watt. There was a couple of heads that were going on all at the same time for most of that record. And I think the sound is kind of distinct on particularly that song. I'm not sure what the combination was, but I remember there was a lot of chords and a lot of things, a lot of scientific stuff going on with the amplifiers when those songs are being recorded. So that probably could have something to do with it. It wasn't just straight plug the guitar in and press record. It was not that at all. It was completely the opposite,
So a little experimentation in the studio.
Yeah, just to get that perfect kind of tone. The opening riff has that. It's really, it's sharp but heavy, so.
Yeah, it goes back to the bands in the 70s where they were doing all this experimental stuff and just trying to get everything right.
What bands would they be?
Right.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, you want me to go down the list?
No, I don't want you to go down the list.
I mean, I could go down the list, but I mean, we're talking Electric
Just pick
Sister.
the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, can you pick the top 3 or 4 experimental bands in the 70s for us real quick, man?
Okay, Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Genesis.
Okay, we'll take Genesis.
Peter Gabriel.
You got
Right.
Yeah.
King Crimson.
King Crimson. This is the prog guy. I know he knows his prog rock.
Exactly. That's what I'm hearing here. What else you got there for us? I'm going to say Deep Purple.
Deep Purple, yeah, Deep Purple's good. Television.
Hey, you know what? I mean, we're going to go down that same road. I mean, there's so many different genres of music, prog and everything else that,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different influences out there and such great music out there. So to hear you talk about some of these bands that most people wouldn't even mention, it's kind of refreshing. So I guess in a way you bring some of that into your music. At least that's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's great.
So is the band working on new material? Or are you just sitting tight with this record right now and then going to start the writing process over again?
You know what? We're working on songs right now. As a matter of fact, in this last week, actually, we started bringing them. So we've got a couple new ones, and
Okay.
we're going to be demoing them tonight, actually. So I mean, it's always a long process because with 5 people in the band, everybody has something to say, you know. So and you have to be conscientious of what other people are going to what they want to hear out of the tune, you know.
That is true.
I think that's the way to go. You have to incorporate every member in the band because each member is going to bring something to the table. And not only that, they have to play these songs on the stage. So,
Yeah, right.
I mean, the last thing you want is a guitar player that's pissed off because he didn't get his
Long solo. Or
exactly. And you're going, really, dude? And it's good to hear that there's bands out there that are basically working together to write the material. And I think that makes a big difference. And I think that's why I think Electric Sister is definitely going to make its mark. It's just a matter of getting the word out there, getting the music out there, and that's what we're here for. We're going to go ahead and spread the word and play your music. And hopefully people are going to pick up on it and spread the word as well, because that's what we're here for.
So we got a couple of more songs, and that we're going to play, and then we'll say our goodbyes right now, and we're going to go out with a couple of more songs from you. We really appreciate you coming on the show, Thaddeus.
Oh, thanks, Matt, Chris. This was fun.
No problem, man.
So
if you want to do it again, if you want to get the other guys on the band, you know how to get a hold of us, and we'll get a hold of you. We'd love to have you guys back on, or if you come down to L.A. area and want to promote some shows down here, we'd love to do that for you as well.
Oh, great. That's exactly what we'll do then.
Okay, so your website is electricsistermusic.com, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And then you're also on Facebook, right?
Right.
Okay, then good luck with that contest on the Boneyard. Is it Boneyard or Bone Bash?
It's Bone Bash, and the radio station is 107.7 The Bone.
Okay, yeah, good luck with that. Hope you guys are opening up that show for Kiss and Motley Crue. It should be a lot of fun.
And just for our listeners out there, if you want to pick up The Lost Art of Rock and Roll, it is available on iTunes and Amazon as well for downloads. So I recommend it. Definitely give them a look and pick up their music. It's a great album. You're not going to be disappointed. So thanks, Thad. We appreciate you coming on the show and look forward to talking to you again. And good luck. And hopefully we get to see you on the Motley Crue Kiss tour.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Talk to
good
you
luck.
soon.
Good luck with everything with the band.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
All right, guys, you ready?
All right, we're ready. Lost Art of Rock and Roll on the Rockology Show with Chris and Matt from Electric Sister. It's actually 2 from Electric Sister. Take us out, Jason.